Hello and welcome back to Beyond World is One. I'm Kanishka Sarkar and this is Speed News. Let's take a look at all the stories that are making headlines at this hour. The U.S. Central Command says American forces have launched a 13th consecutive night of strikes against Iranian military targets. CENTCOM says the operations aim to reduce threats from Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps to commercial shipping and hold Tehran accountable. The announcement comes after President Donald Trump warned of intensified attacks and vowed major military punishment against Iran and its Houthi allies following strikes on two Saudi oil tankers in the Red Sea. U.S. President Donald Trump says Washington will use frozen Iranian assets to compensate ships and cargo damaged in attacks in and around the Gulf. Trump said the policy would remain in place until further notice as tensions continue to rise over security in the region and threats to commercial shipping. Kuwait's air defense systems intercepted Iranian missiles and drones following a reported drone attack near the Iraq border. Kuwaiti authorities described the incident as Iranian aggression as tensions continue to rise across the region. Officials said security measures remain in place following the reported attack. A Russian airstrike has hit a residential area in the eastern Ukrainian city of Sloviansk. According to the Ukrainian authorities, at least 9 people were injured and 7 apartment buildings were damaged. Emergency crews responded to multiple fires caused by the attack but temporarily suspended operations due to the threat of further strikes. In Ukraine's southeastern city of Zaporizhia, Russian airstrikes damaged a hospital, leaving at least 16 people injured. Zaporizhia Governor Ivan Fedorov said that Russian forces launched 5 guided bombs in the attack, causing damage to the medical facility, vehicles, and surrounding areas. Police and emergency crews were deployed to the scene as authorities warned of the threat of further strikes. Iranian patients with rare blood disorders are facing a growing medical crisis as shortages of essential medicines have worsened amid intensified sanctions and ongoing conflict. Doctors say many hemophilia patients are struggling to access life-saving treatments, increasing the risk of severe bleeding and permanent health complications. Medical professionals warn that disruptions to medicine imports have forced some patients to return to older treatments that require hospital visits instead of home-based care. The crisis has been compounded by the damage to healthcare facilities and aid groups warning that millions of people, including children, have been affected by disruptions to medical services. Albanian police used tear gas and water cannons to disperse protesters opposing a Trump-linked luxury resort project in a projected coastal reserve. Clashes between demonstrators and police left 17 people with minor injuries, according to authorities. This protest was sparked by concerns over the development's impact on the protected area, with environmental groups calling for greater safeguards. China has successfully launched a new data relay satellite into orbit from the Xichang Satellite Launch Center in Sichuan province. According to Chinese authorities, the 206 satellite was carried into space aboard a Long March 38 3B rocket and entered its planned orbit. The satellite will provide data relay, tracking and command services for crewed spacecraft, space stations and Earth-orbiting satellites. The mission marked the 658th flight of China's Long March rocket series. Cuba has concluded a 6-month military exercise in central Cuba as tensions with the United States continue to rise over new sanctions. Cuban state media reported that around 300 officers took part in the drills involving infantry units, special forces, artillery and air defense systems. The exercises come as Havana says it faces continued threats of U.S. military action. Meanwhile, U.S. announced fresh sanctions targeting Cuban entities and individuals linked to the country's energy, financial and overseas medical sectors. Six candidates vying to become the next United Nations Secretary General have taken part in a televised debate presenting their visions for the future of the world body. The contenders include former Chilean President Michelle Bachelet, Ecuador's Maria Fernanda, Rafael Grossi of Argentina, Costa Rica's Rebecca Gripson, Guyana's Caroline Rodriguez Burkitt, and Senegal's Macky Sall. The selection process comes as the United Nations faces growing global challenges and concerns over its effectiveness. The winner will succeed outgoing Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Nicaragua has moved toward ending elections, marking the latest step in President Daniel Ortega's consolidation of power. Ortega announced the decision during celebrations marking the anniversary of the Sandinista revolution, saying that the country would no longer hold votes that could allow opponents to return to power. The move has drawn criticism from the Trump administration and the United Nations as lawmakers advance constitutional changes to formalize the plan. Rights groups say Nicaragua has seen years of democratic decline, with political opponents, activists and critics jailed or forced into exile following a government crackdown on protests in 2018. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has hosted German Foreign Minister Johann Wadephul in Pretoria for talks focused on bilateral relations and diplomacy. The meeting comes as South Africa and Germany continue engagement on political and economic cooperation. Activist Sonam Wangchuk has ended his 26-day hunger strike after assurances from the government that no legal action would be taken against Jantar Mantar protesters. Wangchuk broke his fast in the presence of Union Ministers J.P. Nadda and Jitendra Singh, saying that he was grateful and urging supporters to maintain peace. Prime Minister Narendra Modi advised Wangchuk to follow medical guidance as discussions continue between the activist and the government. Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda has said that the government is positive about not registering cases against those protesting peacefully at Jantar Mantar and those participating in the March to the Parliament on July 20th. Union Minister Nadda also assured that the government is positively considering suitable and for the suicide victims of recent NEET paper leaks. A delegation of CJP who is fronting the protest will meet the ministers today. San Diego Comic-Con has opened its doors, bringing thousands of fans in elaborate costumes to the 4-day pop culture event. Organizers expect more than 135,000 attendees this year, with the convention projected to generate more than $160 million in economic impact for the region. Fans gathered outside the convention center for photos and celebrations before entering the event, which has grown beyond its comic book origins into a major showcase of film, television, and entertainment franchises. Comic-Con continues through July 26, featuring panels, exhibitions, and appearances from across the entertainment industry.
It's a mix of stuff.
A fast-moving wildfire has forced more than 10,000 people to evacuate homes and campsites near France's Atlantic coast. Videos from Biscarrosse showed dark skies as thick smoke from the nearby blaze spread across the area. Emergency crews continue to battle the flames as evacuation efforts remain underway. A powerful weather front has caused widespread disruption in central Chile, killing at least 13 people and leaving 4 others missing. According to the government, several areas in the Coquimbo region have reported water shortages, with authorities deploying water trucks to provide drinking supplies to affected residents. The government has declared a state of catastrophe in parts of the Coquimbo region and northern Huasco province as road closures continue due to flooding, damage assessments, and cleanup operations. At least 39 workers remain stranded at the Pascua Lama mining project in Chile's Atacama region after heavy snowfall cut off access to the remote mountain camp. Mining officials say workers are facing extreme conditions, with temperatures falling to minus 28 degrees Celsius and frozen pipes affecting basic services. The mining company, Barrick, says that all workers are safe and have access to food, water, medical supplies, and on-site medical support. A helicopter rescue operation is being planned, but authorities say that the mission will depend on weather conditions improving. Spain has declared a national emergency in the Madrid region and the province of Avila as several wildfires continue to spread out of control. The Interior Ministry said the move will speed up the deployment of resources, placing the firefighting response under the coordination of a military emergency unit. More than 10,000 people have been evacuated across the Madrid region, including thousands from the towns of Aldea de Frenso, as authorities battle multiple forest fires. On to updates from the world of tech, and Google has launched a new selfie video sign-in feature, giving users another way to log in or recover their accounts if they lose access to passwords or trusted devices. Users can record a short selfie video with guided head movements, which Google will use to verify their identity during future sign-in attempts. Google said the selfie video will be stored only with the user's consent, can be deleted at any time, and will be used only for account verification unless users choose otherwise. The company said the system includes deepfake detection and liveness checks. This is to help prevent impersonation and fraud accounts. WhatsApp is reportedly working on a new security feature that could replace its current 6-digit two-step verification PIN with a password. According to WebIt.info, users may be able to create a password using letters and numbers, offering stronger account protection than the existing numeric PIN. The feature is expected to be optional, just like the current two-step verification, and is reportedly still in the early stages of development. WhatsApp has not officially announced the feature, and it is not yet available for beta testing. Australia's Origin Energy has confirmed a cybersecurity incident that led to the unauthorized access and disclosure of customer data. The company said the exposed information includes names, addresses, contact details, account information, and the last few digits of some credit card or bank account numbers. Origin said it is working to secure its systems, contacting affected customers, and has set up a dedicated support line to help those impacted. On to some business updates now. Asian markets traded lower in opening trade. Markets in the region extended losses from the previous session as higher oil prices weighed on sentiment. Another round of selling in technology stocks also fueled concerns over inflation and the outlook for artificial intelligence-driven investments. Japan's Nikkei 225 dropped around 2% at the open. South Korea's Kospi declined 3% at opening bell, while the weak sentiment followed overnight positions on Wall Street. U.S. equities ended sharply lower on Thursday as investors assessed quarterly earnings from Tesla and Alphabet. Oil prices hover around $100 a barrel following reports of escalations in West Asia tensions. Oil prices have surged more than 30% this month as fighting in West Asia intensifies. Experts say extreme pressure is building in crude oil markets, and they say it could send Brent oil prices above $120 per barrel. The Ukraine-Russia war is also putting pressure on global oil markets. Kiev has attacked more than 150 tankers in the Black Sea and Sea of Azov this month. The Trump administration imposed new tariffs on several countries over alleged forced labor violations, according to a notice in the Federal Register. The duties are set between 10 and 12.5%. They will effectively replace Donald Trump's temporary 10% global tariffs, which are set to expire at the same time as the new ones take effect. The forthcoming tariffs will apply to 60 trade partners and cover 99.4% of U.S. trade. India has been placed in the lower 10% duties category. Japan's key inflation gauge picked up for the first time in 3 months. The yen fell to a 40-year low, increasing import costs for an economy that's heavily reliant on overseas energy and food supplies. More of Japan's major food and beverage companies are raising prices on their products in the face of rising input costs. The combination of yen weakness, scorching summer temperatures, and higher fuel costs pushed Japan's spot electricity price this week to its highest level in more than 3 years, indicating a source of inflationary pressure going forward. On to sports updates now. England and Wales Cricket Board has announced the date and place of the 2027 World Test Championship final. The Oval in London is set to host the final for the second time in June next year. The stadium first hosted the World Test Championship final in 2023. ICC had already locked in England as the host nation for the next 3 World Test Championship finals. And the task of choosing the specific venue lies with the England and Wales Cricket Board. The 2025 final, which was won by South Africa, was held at Lord's, but the decision to shift the match has been taken by the ECB due to the concern over the quality of the pitch at Lord's. Vaibhav Suryavanshi has become the youngest ever batter to score a half-century in T20Is. The 15-year-old starred as India beat Zimbabwe in the first T20I in Harare. The prodigy smashed an 18-ball half-century is made in international cricket. Vaibhav struck at a strike rate of over 260, which included 4 fours and 4 sixes. It was a welcome sign for India and Suryavanshi, who had failed to make a big score in his previous 3 T20Is in England. India comfortably chased down the 126-run target with 40 balls remaining. The victory ends India's losing streak in T20Is. India had lost 2-0 to Ireland and 4-0 to England in the UK. On to updates from the world of entertainment now. Puerto Rican rapper Bad Bunny has wrapped up his record-breaking world tour with a grand finale in Brussels. Fans from across the globe packed the King Baudouin Stadium for the final show. The tour crossed the $1 billion mark in revenue, making Bad Bunny the first Latin artist to achieve the milestone without performing in English or touring the United States. Next up, some good news for movie lovers. Hollywood's iconic Cinerama Dome is making a comeback. The landmark theatre, which shut down during the COVID-19 pandemic, will reopen in early 2028 under Alamo Drafthouse Cinema. The restoration will preserve its famous dome design while bringing one of Hollywood's most loved movie destinations back to life. Meanwhile, protests broke out in Albania over two separate issues. Demonstrators opposed a coastal tourism project linked to the Trump family and also criticized government funding for the Kanye West concert. Police used water cannons and tear gas to disperse crowds as tensions flared up in the capital, Tirana. And finally, hundreds gathered outside a court in Casablanca calling for the release of Moroccan rapper Mehdi Blackwind. Supporters say he is being prosecuted over a song critical of the country's authorities. The case has sparked fresh debate over freedom of expression in Morocco. All right, that's all the time that we have in this edition of Speed News. I'm Kanushka Sarkar. Thank you for watching. It's time now for a very short break. More news and updates will follow right after.